y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here to talk about young, famous Africans, honey. They should call it young, rich Africans. Crazy rich Africans. Then they call it crazy rich Asians. Baby, crazy rich Africans. That's what it should have been called, honey. So motherfuckers is paid. What's up, everybody? So we're gonna do this. This is how we're gonna do this. I've already watched the season. I rewatched it so I can take notes. Um, I loved it. I loved it. I hope they come back with another season and another season and another season. I loved it. My favorites were Kanye and Swanky Jerry and Nadia Nakai. They were my favorite. And then when I was rewatching it, Andile, he kind of grew on me. He's your um your gentleman toxic friend. He's a gentleman, but he's toxic as hell. Naked DJ, he's toxic, and Kaylee, Diamond Platnumz, who looks like Soldier Boy to me. And then when I was rewatching, I was like, he's kind of cute. But he ain't shit either. And Annie and Zari, and who else is there? I think that's it. Oh, and Kudzi. Kudzi. So Kanye, we start off with episode 1. So we're gonna do episode 1 through 4. So I'm gonna try and get through this. You know, I'm long-winded. You know, I work down at Long-Winded Hole Productions on the weekend. Shout out to Rodney the Voice. Shout out to Rodney the Voice. Yes, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna do 4 episodes. I'm gonna see how we could do it. If it gets too long, I might split them up into. But I've written down 4 episodes here. So get comfortable, girl. Like, share, comment, hit the bell notification twice. Shout out to all y'all who subscribe to the channel, support the channel, memberships, cash apps. Thank you guys for all the support. I really appreciate it. I really love the show. I talked about it the other day when I was up to episode 4 on the community page, and everybody's like, review it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna review it. And I'm not gonna do it like the way that I did Bridgerton last year. That like wore me out, right? I was trying to do it like, what was I doing it every day or once a week? I don't remember how I was doing it, but I think it wore me out. So I was like, I'm just gonna watch them, and I enjoyed it so much, so I don't mind watching it again. And I was also able to like look stuff up while I was watching the show. And like Kanye's 35 years old. She's a Libra. Annie and Tubaba, Two-Face Innocent, child. Should not be his name, honey. And I was like, innocent. You know, she's a Virgo. No, yes, she's a Virgo and he's a Scorpio. And he is also 10 years older than her. And so when she said she met him at 16 years old, he was 26 years old. So now you can understand the chokehold he has on her and why his fifth child was their first child. Okay. I was like, girl, and I said, baby, Annie takes ride or die to a whole nother level. Y'all saw I use the lady hanging over the cliff emoji, baby. You take ride or die to a whole nother level. And I was watching them yesterday, and I was like, she looks like she is just this suffering wife, and she's like smiling, but her eyes say something different. And it's like the love hurts. That's what it seems like to me. Like with Annie, it seems like the love hurts. Like she loves it, but it kind of hurts her at the same time. And so when she talks about Tubaba, innocent, it's almost as like she says it like the words that she used to describe. We'll get into it, child. Diamond Platnumz is Zari's baby daddy. Somebody in the comments said that they didn't really appreciate how they were kind of using lingo. Wait, here, hold on, because I liked it. I was like, that's the part I liked about it. This is Melanin Poppin. Shout out to Melanin Poppin. She says, "You're the real MVP. I couldn't take one. I couldn't take the want to be American hood slang with the deepest African accent. I'll look forward to your recap, but I will not be viewing past the second episode." I loved it. I loved how much the Western lingo, you know, Black American, African American, whatever the lingo. And it's like, now that you have the internet, they don't have to wait until somebody comes to visit, your African cousin comes to visit or something like that. Or your, your, I don't know, or somebody to take the lingo back over there. Now it's the internet. The internet's here. People can see, especially Nadia. I said, Nadia is a rapper, honey. She has the way that she talks. I was like, listen to her. She sounds like she's from the States. And you can listen to her voice, the way that's the words that she used. I loved it. I loved it. Let me tell you also something that I love. The things that I love is how they were going back between Pidgin, Zulu, and then English. I love them going back and forth. I love this so much. I loved it so much. Let's get to each other together. But this is what I want to ask y'all. Let me know. Our Africans from all over. It's mostly Nigerians. It was Nigeria, South African, Ethiopia. No, he said he was from Ethiopia, but he was not from Ethiopia. Andila, he was playing around. Diamond is from, is it Tanzania or Tanzania? Because Kanye called it Tanzania, and then I was like, Diamond called it Tanzania, and I've always called it Tanzania. So I guess it's just the matter of your accent, I guess. But anyway, let's get into it. So, Kanye's 35 years old. Khanyi Mbau. She is a gold digger. She is a glorified, or known as a gold digger, South African. She married a man who was 31 years older than her. She said she always thought she was going to be a sugar baby. But now she's dating a guy who is 28, Kudzi. And she says that they're supposed to protect me from having to pay, and serve me whatever's in the bags. What'd she say? I said, I know that's right, bitch. Y'all already know. I already told you who my favorites were: Kanye, Swanky Jerry, and Nadia. And like I said, and Andila, he was growing on me on these last episodes. I was like, he's so cute, but then I was like, he ain't shit either. Like, none of the whole little crew ain't shit. And that's the one thing that I said in my community post. I was like, it's the same themes. That tells you it's a global. It's a pandemic. It's a pandemic. It is. So we get into Swanky Jerry. He's a stylist. He's so fly. I went and followed him on Instagram. When I tell you, he is so fly. Oh my god. Swanky Jerry is so fucking fly. Do you hear me? I can't even take it. I be looking at his pictures like, oh my god, he kills it. I'm for the fashion killer, honey, baby. And then he was just on the cover of GQ. We love that. I was like, oh my god. Annie, she's an actor. She's been in over 200 films, and I think she said 60 series. Her and Swanky Jerry. I don't know what to call him. Swanky Jerry. Swanky. They're best friends. And then Annie is married to Innocent. That's her husband of 10 years. They're gonna have a party. Okay, I remember I'm on the first episode. I'm thinking of the whole series. Okay, I remember on the first episode. So they're gonna have a party for everyone. Kanye's gonna have a party. And the best of the best, the A-list, the people, everybody is gonna be there, right? So Nadia pulls up in her new whip, honey, and I put Western influence. You could just hear the way that she talks, and then when she says she's a rapper, I was like, it makes sense the way that she talks. She's dating Vic Mensa. Oh, they're having something at the Rand Club, which is this place that Nadia said looks like the colonizer's house inside. Uh, so she says she's a power woman, a rapper. They like Jaeger bomb. I was like, that shit is so strong. Y'all some strong ass bitches, because I cannot do it. Jaeger Meister, girl, that's a mess. Oh my god, I could feel it in my chest. And they were taking big shots. You see them shots they were taking? Good god. Anyway, so Diamond Kanye's trying to hook Nadia up with Diamond. And I thought that was funny because you trying to hook Nadia up with Diamond, but you don't like Andile talking to Zari. Yo, what? That don't even make sense. I was like, Kanye, that don't make sense. Okay, anyway. Diamond and Zari have 2 children together, and they were together 4 years, I think. She said they were together 4 years. Anyway, so Swanky and Annie are in the hotel room. He pulls up Nadia on her phone and sees that she was Googling her husband, trying to figure out where he was. I just feel like Annie, it's sad. I was looking at her like, oh my God, she looks like she loves that man. Like, but it hurts. Like it just looks like, I don't know. But they have 2 children together, Isabel and Olivia. And Isabel is her proper best friend. And Olivia has had 6 surgeries. She has a condition called Blount's. And I didn't hear about it. I never heard about it, and I didn't actually look it up. But she described her like motherhood experience as draining and exhausting. And at one point, she calls her daughter on the FaceTime, and her daughter tells her, "Are you happy or are you just pretending?" I was like, "Oh my God, that baby." That hurt me to hear her say that. And she's so sweet. Did you hear her voice? It's so sweet. Mommy, I'm so sweet. Are you happy? I just want to know if you're happy or else you're just pretending. And she's like, "No, baby, I'm happy." I was like, oh my God. The babies, honey, they know. Because they don't know. So when they know, it's like you have to know that they know, because they don't know. They haven't had the outside influence of the world yet. And she's just looking at her mom, and you look at your mom and you wonder, is she pretending to be happy or is she really happy? How does she know that there is a pretending to be happy? She knows. That's why. Because she knows. You know what I'm saying? Because the kids, the babies, let me tell you something. Ooh, I was like, oh my God. So Naked DJ goes with Callie. Naked DJ is a toxic. He don't need to be in no relationship. First of all, the first thing I didn't catch the first time was that he has been divorced twice. So Kaylee, what did you think was going to happen? Here we go again. It's the same themes. Where do you actually, I mean, there have been, well, are there men who they get married over and over again? They get so many chances, but it's just like it was awkward with them. They were sitting in the outside, and it's like I don't know, he wasn't there. He's like, and then he was so mean to Kanye the other day. I was like, what? I said, he is so out of order. He's just so out of order. And she's sitting outside, him and Kaylee. How long they been together? A few months? A year? But he's selfish, she said. He wasn't serving. They were very awkward. She was like, hug me, I'm cold. And he was looking at her like, okay, well, go get up and get you a jacket. I was like, okay, girl. It was weird. Their little relationship was weird. And it was like, how did they they met each other. They saw each other in a room and something like that. That's what she said. Anyways, Swanky and Annie and Nadia, they go and meet. Swanky is introducing Annie and Nadia to each other. And they were saying how it was just good vibes. It's vibes, it's vibes, it's vibes. And that's when Nadia invites Annie to Kanye's party. And she's like, it's an A-list party. The who's going to be there and this and that. And it was so cute. This is where they come dressed. I was so cute what Annie had on when she went to when she met Nadia. She had on like this dress with these black. She reminds me of Estelle. That's who she reminds me of. Isn't this Estelle Nigerian? Is she? Annie is Nigerian, baby. When her and Kanye got into it about being the mom, the mother, she said, "How far are your kids away in Nigeria?" My daughter is next door. What if she gets a stomach ache? Baby, I love it. Let me see. Estelle. Come on, not Estelle Getty. She's a British rapper, but let's see. I think she is. What's her family? What's her family from? Estelle, early life. Senegal, Grenada. Senegal and Grenada. Yeah. That's I'm talking about Estelle. That's who Annie reminds me of. Okay? So they're meeting each other. They talking about it's good vibes and all this other stuff. So they're gonna go to the party, right? Andile and Naked DJ and Callie are sitting there, and Dile walks up. And Dila describes himself as a person who can hold the spotlight on someone else. He doesn't need the spotlight on him. He can hold the spotlight on someone else. That stood out to me. He says he's never seen Naked DJ give a romantic gesture, because Callie says that when they first met each other, he was doing all of these things. They met each other around Valentine's Day. So she was getting diamonds and shit for Valentine's Day and jewelry and shit for Valentine's Day. And that behavior has fallen off. And so she's like, it's different. You're not romantic. He's kind of detached. But he explains later why he's acting the way he is. Quentin, that is Naked's name. And then she says that when they ask where they're going to get married, she says, when I meet the right person, girl. I fucking love it. When I tell you, the directness is something that I can appreciate. I appreciate the directness. But then she was like, no. But no, girl, you meant what you said. When you meet the right person, and it's not him. You knew deep down inside. You knew. Okay, so we get to Kanye's party. Um, she's a Libra. I told y'all Kanye was a Libra, right? So they said it's not extra enough. Swanky says, "Oh, honey, this is not. I go all out. I don't know what this is. I don't know what you got." They show little petals everywhere. It wasn't like you know, blow, like maybe that Swanky Jerry would have done. Swanky. What is his real name? Anyway, so they had the party. They calling it a ball. Andila is very put together. He's a sports presenter. Annie was asking about him. What does he do and this and that? Because he's very like, he was sitting at the table like super cool. I was like, come on, Andila, that's how he be getting the girls. But he ain't shit. I was like, because he was giving, when I was watching it the second time, I was like, okay, he was growing on me. He's sitting at the table, and then even when he did not agree with Kanye's daughter living next door, he was like, no. He was like, no. It's just forward, direct. I don't care. So yeah, I thought he was real cool. I thought Andile was real, like super cool, right? Just the way in his presentation. And Kanye gets up and she says, "We are here. We are Africa's gold stars." Yes, I said, I know that's right, baby. Since we're on the same level, we have the same bank account. I could safe to say our bank account's the same. We are not a third world country like these people like to portray us. Diamond, you came in a jet. I said, I know that's right. Oh, bitch. Diamond, you came in a private jet, didn't you? I know that's right. I'm here for all of it. And then the lingo. I love listening to the lingo because Diamond kept saying he's trying his level best. I'm trying my level best. I love how they went back and forth between their native language and English. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Um, Too forward about money. Annie didn't like that. She didn't like that Kanye was up there like, we are the best. Because, Kanye does, I'm comfortable. Money is comfortable around me. Money likes me. When money sees me in the crowd, it comes and sits next to me. That's Kanye, okay? Yes.
Money just finds its way to you.
It does. I have a relationship with money. No, I just think money recognizes me. Money is comfortable around me. Money likes me. So money feels when it needs someone to talk to, it'll choose me in the crowd and it'll come and sit next to me. Whether it comes in a form of whatever, but it will choose me.
Do that reel? That's Kanye in that reel. I love this show, honey. So Annie, she strikes me, and somebody else said it, but she's nitpicky. nitpicky. She didn't like the food. She didn't think that the ambiance was giving what it was supposed to give. So she was like, she was complaining, and Nadia was sitting there like, girl, please don't say nothing. Don't offend the host. Later we find out Kanye's not offended. She wasn't offended at all. So, Kanye asked Diamond about, is he single? How many kids does he have? He says he has 5 or 6 kids, and he goes on, and everybody was like, no, are we waiting for a paternity test? What is happening? Like, what are we doing? Why do you keep saying you have 5 or 6 kids? Like, you don't know how many kids you have. So then, explain it. So he explains, and he says that, when he first got out in the scene about 10 years ago, he met a lady, and him and this lady had relations, and this lady has a baby. They say it's his baby, but the man that the woman is with now believes the baby to be his. But he wants to get to his child because he doesn't want his blood out there like that. So he wants to be connected to his kids. So that's his story. So then they talk about Khanz. Khanz is Kanye's daughter. She's 15. She has her own apartment. She lives next door to the mother. I don't think there's a big deal about it. I'm sure they have cameras in her apartment or at the door of her apartment. I'm sure she's monitored. I'm sure she's not allowed just at her own devices. I was kind of online looking them up and stuff like that. There was like some rumors that the girl was pregnant or something like that. But I don't mind her living next door. It would be all the same if they lived on an estate and the daughter had her own like house. Remember how Carlton lived in the pool house on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? He was in high school, right? Okay. So I mean, I know that's not real, but the idea that it's okay. I don't feel like it's not a big deal. I think they're more concerned it's because she's a girl. I think if it was a boy, they wouldn't have those concerns. I believe that wholeheartedly. And I love the way that Kanye says we allow her to experience the things that she wants to experience. She's just another human being trying to have this experience. Where do you draw the line? What if she wants to have sex? I mean, and I think that's why Annie responded the way she did. When I found out that that man was 10 years older than her, and she met him when she was how old? 15 or 16 years old? And she been with him. He was my first, and he was my first, and he was my first everything. Child. Andile and Annie disapproved. I mean, and outwardly, they were like, no. Nadia's like, oh my gosh, she's offending the host. Please don't offend the host, right? So Annie, she's so like, girl, I don't even want to deal with this. So she kind of gets up from the table. Andile's like, don't get up. No, because I need you here because we together. We see each other. So he's like, don't leave. So then they end up going outside, right? So I wrote right here where Innocent and Annie. She's a Virgo. He's a Scorpio. She met him when she was 16 years old. And he was 26. She was born in 1984. He was born in 1975. Her first child with him was his 5th child. I got it right. That's why you're so closed. That's why you take everything so personally. Yes, she was out there spilling her guts to Andile. She was just just like no boundaries, just forward. Like didn't they just meet? She's telling him all the things, but everybody knows who Tubaba is because he's, world renowned and famous where they are. So, all the pain and all the hurt, it's going to take forever to make up. She was humiliated. Love is more than just the word love. The idea of love is more than what you can imagine it. Basically, to me, I felt like she was saying, I've been through so much. You don't even know what love is. So I don't know what, like hanging on for that amount of time to a man and then like marrying him and hanging in there like that. And then to describe your relationship like that, it's just like, oh my God, girl. That's why everybody was like, it's a little weird the way she's acting because the way she just spilled her guts at this party, it was almost as if like, she was just in this painful space, right? So Kanye says she's showing me her weakness, right? Diamond ends up performing, and then he says this song is for Nadia, and then he starts the song off, I'm so in love with you or whatever. So she was like, I don't know if I could really get with him. He already got cornrows, and then he got these two little things on his head like this. She was like, girl, I don't even know if I could really do that, but we'll see, right? He's not a bad looking dude, and he's a little charismatic. You know what I'm saying? All of them really are. Andile, even Tubaba, which you can't even barely see his eyes. I was like, these niggas is very charismatic. That's how I could see why they got babies all over the place. Okay. The tears of Caesar, let it flow. Cause I need to know everybody in here. I need to know who's in the house. Bitch, I love Kanye. I love Kanye. Okay, episode 2. Diamond and Nadia, they go looking for a car. He wants her to go with him to go look for a car. They're interested in each other, right? So they're going to see. Come with me. I want you to come with me. He calls her. I want you to come with me. She was like, okay. Then Kanye and Nadia go meet. So they're talking about Kanye's doing a photo shoot, and Nadia meets her there, and they talk about Annie and how she may have offended the host. And she was like, she wasn't offended by that, but she was questioning my mother's skills. And she was like, you could tell she's scorned and broken, just broken. Remember, what's his name in the car said South Africans speak very like rough, like rough. Bitch, when I tell you I love this show, I fucking love it. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I can't wait to watch the rest of the episodes because I stopped at 4 because I took my notes. Anyway, so now Kanye's telling Nadia that, you know, Annie and Andile were over there having a heart-to-heart, Dr. Phil and Annie. I said, bitch, shut up. It's the small jokes for me. That's what is funny to me. It's like, because it's not funny, it's sarcasm. It's so sarcastic. It is. I love it. I love it. She was like, they were over there, Dr. Phil, her and Dr. Phil and Andile. She said she wasn't offended by the party or what about, you know, her not liking the food or whatever. She wasn't offended, but she is gonna talk to her about, you know, her questioning her mother skills. I don't see there's nothing wrong with the girl staying next door. I'm sure there are people who will have a problem with it naturally, because it's like, this is someone who is supposed to be dependent on you for their survival, and you're actually giving them like really great survival techniques living next door to you, right? A level of independence, but you don't want them to have independence because you want to be a helicopter over them. But like Kanye says, that I am the mother that I wish I had. And so I think we'll get to them. We get to we get to them. So Swanky and Annie go on a helicopter ride. Can I just say, I love their relationship. I really, really love how close they are. I love how supportive he is of her. I love how he's honest with her. I just love their relationship. And I feel like she really needs that supportive person in her life. And I believe that he fills that position. He took her on a helicopter ride. They went out to dinner. They went to go eat and took a helicopter there. And he told her he loved her or whatever. She talks about how he told her, like, other people don't raise your kids the way you raise your kids. You basically can't expect people to raise their kids the same way. You're a little different with your kids. You act like you can't be without your kids or leave your kids. And Kanye's just a different type of mother. It's different. And that's it. You just have to respect people. As long as the children aren't being harmed, if somebody is taking a different approach in parenting, I don't see the big deal. And as long as the child is thriving and, you know, developing and having great social skills, and they're just, you know, thriving, I don't see the problem with it. The little girl didn't look like, you know, but like I said, I believe the reason why Annie responded the way she did is because she met a man 10 years older than her when she was her age. And The rest is history, girl. So Kanye asked her daughter, "Am I a bad mother?" And she was like, "No, you're just different. It's young and complicated. Um, when you have a child, it's your choice on how to raise them." That's what she said. She says it's like an experiment. This is Kanye. She's describing the relationship with her daughter. It's different. We haven't met each other. I'm helping to build and raise a human being that will hopefully make me proud one day. But this is our first time meeting each other. We're still getting to know each other. And that's it. You're an individual. I'm an individual. I'm raising you as an individual. I'm not raising you to be so connected and codependent in our relationship. We're not doing those things. I love Kanye. I know y'all said in the comments that you knew I would love her. I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. And I love how she said, if I'm a gold digger and he's a baller and he want to buy me some champagne, we gonna be twerking, honey. She was like, "Oh, is that why you didn't like me? Because I was seeing your ex?" I said, "Come on, bitch." Somebody said they reminded her of Faye Dunaway, even down to her, the way she talks. The way she talks, her voice is like right down in here. And then somebody else said Faye Dunaway, Diane Carroll. She's giving very much dynasty villain tease. I loved it, especially when she was like, "Now you are opening up. I needed the tears of Caesar because I wanted to know who was in the house. Drink up." So I know who's who. And Annie spilled her guts. She's broken, scorned. But then, okay, so we are going to talk about, I didn't want to talk about the obvious that, I did look up Kanye, honey, and she was a beautiful brown girl, Her, the eyes never change. You could look at her eye, the eyes, the one thing you cannot change is the eyes. But I was concerned why her eyes were so red all the time. And I noticed Alexia from Real Housewives of Miami, I don't know, is it the eyelashes? I don't know what's happening because why are the eyes red so much? But yeah, she has taken all the melanin. I mean, not all the melanin, but like, and when you look at the image, and I love that Annie told, what's her name, Zari, "You are not his spec." I said, "Come on, bitch." He likes dark skinned girls. Get it to it. You're not. He don't even like women like you. You're not his spec, and he likes women that are smaller. I said, "See, bitch, it's okay. Ain't nobody jealous." Like, I don't like the way what's her name did that, but it was giving a little bit of that. But when I watched it again, I was like, she just seemed like she's just so happy. Like, how do you know my husband again, girl? Because I ain't never heard of you before, and I've been with the nigga 10 years since I was 15 years old, and I never heard of you. So, who are you? How does he know you again? But the way that she was coming off, I mean, you would think that based on the relationship, that when she questions any woman, it's going to come off as insecure just based on the history of their relationship. Okay. So Khan says she doesn't think Kanye is a bad mother, and it's just a different, and she's just helping raise a human being, and I love it. So then, what happened? Oh, and so they go play golf. Andile, Diamond, and Naked. They go play golf. They're talking about South African women and all of this stuff, and how he co-parents with Zari. He had cheated on her. He wasn't. Naked said he wasn't wrong. It was the only thing that he did wrong was that he got caught. That's why I said that's why I said he's been divorced twice. And you got how is it possible that he has another girlfriend? You see? And you see the way he thinks? The only thing he did wrong by cheating on Zari was that he got caught. And he was dead ass. He was dead serious too. He says that he wants to see if, but everybody knows that Nadia has a boyfriend or she's in a relationship right now. But he still wants to kind of like push up on her or whatever, right? So Kanye, Nadia, and Kaylee go out. They're shopping. And they're asking Kaylee if she would say yes if Naked proposed, but he tells her when she brings up things that are bothering her in the relationship, he tells her that she's being insecure. And they immediately tell her, that's why it's so important. I know that, like, not everybody likes to tell about things that are happening in their relationship because they don't want people in their business. And a lot of the times when you keep people out of your business to an extent, it kind of leaves you vulnerable because no one knows what you're going through in your relationship. So just having normal conversation and they're being vulnerable. That's the one thing that I do love, is that they're not afraid to talk. They're being very vulnerable. And she says that, well, I feel like when she's saying like, oh yeah, he tells me that I'm being insecure when I'm bringing up something that bothers me, and her friends tell her immediately, that's manipulation. It doesn't mean that neither of those women are bitter. They're just telling her what it looks like for somebody to tell you when you're telling them, this is what I have a problem with in our relationship, and you brush it off and tell the person you're just being insecure. I don't like that. None of them like that. They were like, we don't like that. That's mental manipulation and this and that. So that's important. That's why it's like, you don't have to tell all your business, but if there's something that's happening that's bothering you and you don't have, I feel like that's what girlfriends and other friends, guy friends are for, because you can talk about your relationship. Like, not a lot of women know that when a man tells you that you're being insecure when you're just bringing up something that bothers you about what's happening in the relationship, they don't know it's mental manipulation and fall into that trap. So I'm glad they were there and explained that to her. So Diamond is having an Arabian Nights. He made, I guess he got like a record contract, an international record contract. And so he wants to celebrate that. So Chibu and Nadia go car shopping. He tells her that he's feeling her. And she was like, but I'm in a relationship. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. It's not a problem, he says. He's just trying to see if, they vibe or whatever. Andile is doing the same thing with Zari. That's why I didn't understand why it's a big deal for Andile to do it, but not a big deal for Nadia to do it and Diamond to do it. What's the difference? Zari says, I'm not with nobody here. I'm not with nobody here. And girl, the same thing. I feel like it's the same thing. Do y'all think it's a difference between Diamond and Nadia and Zari and Delay? I don't. It's the same thing to me. Annie and Kanye go. They sit down. Girl, she says, let me come. I need to sit on the edge of this couch because this outfit is not. I cannot sit all the way down with this outfit. I might have a nip slip. My nipple might slip out. So she says, let's talk about you telling me I'm a bad mom. She's like, I was just shocked. She was like, you can't pause your life for kids. She says, I'm not a kangaroo. I don't have a pouch for my child to be sitting here all the time. Your children live in Nigeria, right? And you all the way down here in South Africa. So are you a bad mother? You're just going to have to admit that we chose our career over our kids. Aren't you down here trying to get your career together and your mother is watching your children? What if your child has a stomach ache? My kid is next door. Your kid's in another country. Girl, come on. So are you a bad mom? So they got over it. I love the back and forth. I love it's just straightforward. I love that. That's what I really love. And they got through it or whatever, so they're friends or whatever, but she's still, Kanye's always looking for something. She's always looking, like staring at something and looking. Even when Nadia told her that she was talking to Diamond and she was like all in her face, like, girl, what? Like looking like, okay, what's happening? And then she even asked, when she asked Nadia, did she give Vic Mensa bums? And she was like, I did. I was like, come on, bitch. I love it. I love it. Some girls, they don't have those relationships like that with women where they just talk about whatever and say whatever and just be direct and forward and get past it, right? But Kanye says she is not a kangaroo. She's not creating codependent relationships with her children. I'm here for it to have one child. One child. Zari and Kanye meet Boss Lady and the Diva, and we talked about Diamond's kids, right? So she has 2 with Diamond. She said she has 5 kids, 2 with Diamond. And her and Diamond are still friends. And you know that Kanye and I had some issues because she was with my ex. He's a baller. And if he shows me he's a baller, I'm a twerk. I said, come on, bitch. Are you guys still in love, her and Diamond? She was like, no, we're not in love. I wouldn't even, if we were laying in the bed together, I wouldn't even touch him. So that's what she said. So we'll see. So she's trying to fill it out, right? To see if, there's a way for either both Andile and for Diamond to like move in and move out, right? But the guys are saying that they feel like Diamond still loves Zari. He did her wrong apparently, and she was a ride or die too until she was done being reincarnated and coming alive again every 3 days after she done died, coming back and found the 3rd day. How many times did she do it? She died 20 times and he only died 3 times for her. That was a mess. That was a mess. So she says no, she's not in love with him at all. So we get to Arabian Nights, Diamond's party. Zari shows up, honey. Andila says she looked like an angel from the heavens. Baby, she came in there in the white. She did. She looked so pretty when she came through there. She looked like, Kanye said she looked like the woman of the house. The woman of the house. Like, I'm the woman of the house. She came in. She sat down. Nadia was like, bitch, what the fuck? You was all in my face trying to buy cars and having me pick cars out. And you bringing your baby mama here. But everybody was like, she was so beautiful, right? She was so beautiful. And she came in and Nadia was pressed. That's what I put. So they talked about how Zari was talking about how short Annie's skirt was. If it was Arabian Nights, she shouldn't have her ass out. Her cheeks were out or whatever. So then Innocent calls, right? And Annie is she is so happy. She is so happy. Now, y'all tell me what you got from this, because I feel the same way. I feel like it's performative. I feel like part of it is like, oh, she's excited, she loves her man, but I feel like a lot of it is like, oh my god, let me act super duper happy because my man is calling. Oh my god, my man is calling. She was so excited. She was like, oh my god, oh my man. She was so happy. I was like, girl, what is going on? So happy. But like I said, she's been with him since she was 16 years old. She's 36 now. Whew, shit. Baby, it's crazy. So he calls and he wants to speak to the boss lady. So then Annie was like, you didn't tell me you know Zari? She was so happy. She was just showing all her friends or whatever. And that's when she started asking, how do you know my husband? Like that. And so again, because of the history of their relationship, when she asks another woman, how do you know my husband? It's going to come off as insecure because everybody's going to think that they fucking. I do not like the way Zari handled it. I do not like the way that she handled it at all. I felt like I don't like the way she handled it when she said that. We're going to get to that. And Delay and Nadia go off to the side and she's talking about how she wants to get to know Diamond, but he's still showing her the artist. He's not showing her himself. And he was like, well, what are you worried about it for? You're like in another relationship anyway. She was like, I know, but basically I'm keeping my options open, okay? Because he lives in another country, Vic Mensa. Talking about you get yourself caught in waves, girl. She was like, I know. I like Nadia. So Diamond and Zari, they go sit down to the side, and that's where she tells him, I was a ride or die. I died 20 times for you. You died 3 times for me. Do you miss us? Do you miss your family and all of this stuff? And he was like, yes. And he messed up and he looked like very uncomfortable. But he was like, you were supposed to provide for me and protect me and guide me and lead me. How did you determine he was supposed to do that? Because he had a penis? Like that's the one thing that I think a lot of people have to get out of. The idea that just because a person grows up and identifies as a man, that his role is to protect and provide for you, even though he hasn't even demonstrated his ability to do so. Um, they have to demonstrate the ability to protect and provide before you actually try to get them to do it for you. That's my advice. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't think everybody is able to do that. And the to automatically assume that because this person identifies as a man, that that is his role. That's an unfair assumption. It's an unfair assumption, and it leads women to get into relationships with men who aren't qualified to do so. You understand what I'm saying? And no, it doesn't give men a way out. It tells you that that man, he can't protect and provide. Don't marry him. If that's your is that that's your idea of what a man is supposed to do in a relationship, and don't think that every man is qualified to do so. So I'm like, you're supposed to protect, you're supposed to provide based on what? How did you determine that? How do you determine that he's qualified to do so? Y'all so busy trying to contort to be wives. Are these niggas husbands? Are they husband material? While you over there taking classes to be wife material, are they husband material? That's the question. That's the real goddamn question. So everybody noticed that they were over there talking and stuff, and they were like, ooh, they look like they really into it. And Nadia noticed it too. And even I love that Nadia said in Tea Time, this is episode 3.